And that's the reason why Digital created for its customers a digital transformation framework that is covering 6 key domains that must be embedded through the 4 key capabilities that we have mentioned before. So people, processes, technology, AI. So starting with the first domain, strategy redesign. Digital will support its customers in defining what is the new vision and the new goal that the management wants to define for its customers or for its company. As part of this domain, we will reorient the business through what it's really important, to what it matters, and we will simply prioritize the outcomes that we want to achieve. We will also understand what are the processes or the activities in the organization that are simply not worth anymore, that are creating just a waste or slowing down your organization. So we will also understand what are those areas and simply cut those areas as part of your businesses. DevOps and Enterprise Agile. In this domain, Digital will support its customers in establishing cross-functional teams of different people with different skills and working in a matrix in a way to be exchangeable to each other, having different mindset and different skills that they can exchange to each other and deliver outcomes in the time range of weeks and not anymore in months. In this domain, we will also consider the possibility of integrating in the processes tools or automation that will improve the employee's journey and increase the productivity. When we talk about human-centered design, we mean the intention of bringing the customer at the center of your productive chain. So understanding what are the customer preferences, what are the customer tastes, and embed those tastes in the productive chain or in the type of product that you want to create. So this way we will anticipate the expectation of the customer and we will orient the market in the type of product that we want to deliver. Data analytics, we already mentioned, and we will also dedicate time on it, is the possibility of leveraging data and analytics to better understand the customers and enable strategic decisions. Same for intelligence technologies. We will provide insight on what are the best technologies to automate processes and provide a flexible creation and testing and delivery. And finally, we will focus on strategic partnerships. So analyzing and assessing what are the key stakeholders that are part of your market. So now try to imagine about your organization and try to think about how many processes your organization have. Based on those number of processes, think about how much effort or how much manpower and how much money you're spending in order to work on an input and produce an output for every process of your organization. So why simply you should not invest in partnerships or in stakeholders that are able to do the job for you? So simply you could outsource the processes that are not needed or that are not crucial for your business. You can reduce the cost, you can reduce the manpower, and you can just let other people do it. You can just let other stakeholders or other outsourcers do it, maybe even in a better way, in a faster way for sure, and reducing the costs. So this is what we will focus in the strategic partnership domain. So as part of this framework, we defined an approach through which we guide our customer in the transformation journey. It's an approach that is divided into different phases. There is a first phase of around 4 weeks. We like to call it maturity assessment phase, where we will understand where the customer is standing in terms of strategy and aspiration. So what is the vision, where we want to go, what are the key goals that we want to achieve. And based on this, we will also define prioritizations and what are the outcomes that we want to achieve first as quick wins, and what are the outcomes that we want to achieve at the end of the journey. During these 4 weeks, we will also assess where your company is standing in terms of the 4 key capabilities. So it's going to be a maturity assessment about the people, process, technology, and AI and data science capability. This is going to be the first part of our approach. Then we are going to have a second phase that is typically taking from 6 months up to 24 months. The time range is really depending on the size of your company and on the market of your company or where your company is focusing. So there are different factors that are changing the time range through which you can reach a successful transformation journey. And in this period of time, we will invest in the key capabilities, trying to produce a series of milestones that are defined here. So when we talk about people, we will start defining what are the profiles and the talented skill set that are needed to respond to a business need. We will then manage those people and invest of them in order to build the digital skills that we need. So awareness programs, coaching sessions, trainings, all those are part of this program. And the final result will be the creation of high caliber talents that will be part of your organization in the long term to ensure that the digital transformation journey is successful. Then we will focus on processes. First of all, we will transform the way your processes work and how the operating models are done. So we will investigate about how these processes are structured, how this nest works, understanding what are the key interfaces, what are the key stakeholders, what type of outputs are produced, what type of service is delivered at the end as part of your business. Then we will try to change these operating models, making them more agile, introducing DevOps methodologies, cross-functional teams, in a way that we can reduce the cost of the processes and increase the effectiveness and efficiency. And the final milestone is the integration of real platform-driven operating models. And this is done mainly through the integration of tools that will be able to automate your process workflow. So when we talk about process automation, of course, I'm talking about technology. And this is why I will move to the third pillar or the third capability. And when we talk about technology, what we will do first is a technological scouting. As I said before, we need to understand what are the technologies that are best suited for your company. And based on this scouting, we will also identify what are the quick wins that can bring an immediate value. Quick wins can be the integration of Power BI tools or integration of functionalities and plugins in your day-to-day work activities. Also, calendar agendas that are more agile, project management tools, something that is quick to integrate, but that brings a real value in the immediate future. Then we will work on data and digital platforms and services. We will design how those platforms and how those services will work to support the processes. And the final milestone is the integration of specific technologies like IoT, cloud, robotic, can be really everything. And in this area, we can keep exploring it. And it's a continuous innovation of technologies. Final capability, when we talk about AI and data science, we will start with a data preparation pipeline. So we will identify what are the key data sets that we want to exploit and to understand what are the key data sets that will bring a value to your company. We will then proceed with data modeling activities and an initial activities of data science and machine learning. Why I say initial? Because this is an activity that, or this is a process that it's exponentially producing a value. So when you start, you will see that the value that you bring to your company is not as big as you expect, but in short term, in few months, 6 months up to 1 year, the outcome of those machine learning processes is extremely valuable. The final milestone is the integration of proper intelligent platforms that will enable your management board to make strategic decisions and business predictions.